Hello. Welcome back to Lenny Plans. I'm going to be planning out the first full week in January 2022. For those of you who maybe haven't seen any of my previous videos, I use the Wonderland222 and I have the B6 size. I have it in this clear cover on cover at the moment, and it's from Lauren Phelps Designs. And this is probably new. I've got a holographic sticker from Coffee Monster. I think it's actually for the 5-year Hobonichi, because it comes with 5 years. I don't have that, and I don't know, I love Galaxy and holographic enough that I will probably be happy to use it for the next 5 years. So I'm looking forward to I guess having some continuity, as long as I don't find something that I prefer to use instead. This week I'm going to be using a kit from Beth Plans. I had some that arrived in the post. I've got another few on back order. She's been amazing, can I just say, in terms of customer service. There was a package that has gone AWOL courtesy of the shipping issues. Nothing on her at all. And she's just been so good at keeping me updated. I've really appreciated it. So can I just, massive shout out to Beth Plans. Thanks, Sarah. You're doing a really good job. I know it's not your fault. But yeah, love these kits, and I did have some arrive. So don't fully understand shipping and what's happening at the moment, but I think we're all in the same situation there. So the one that I'm using is called Summer Vibes, and I chose the holographic, shocker, I know, the holographic foiling to go with it. So that's the kit that I'm going to be using to plan out my first full week of January. I'm still on summer holidays, and really this is sort of the last full week off that I will have in summer. So just seemed like a really good opportunity to use it. I have been keeping it in my planner cover that I've shown you guys from Ironbark Journals, but I just took it out for planning because it was I've been keeping my little sticker book in there as well, and when I'm planning laying flat, like, it just doesn't lay flat as well once you've got the sticker book and then the planner in as well. Like, it fits really well for carrying around, but then when I try to do some planning, and of course it looks like it's fine at the moment, but once it's elasticed in, whatever, it doesn't sit as flat, so I took it out for actual planning purposes. But yeah, I'm still using that same cover at the moment. So I'll give you a look at the last week. It's been holidays, so it has been very spur of the moment, and it's been lovely. My boys every morning would wake up and say, "What are we doing today?" And I would say, "It's a rest day." But then by the end of the day, someone had sort of reached out to do something, so we had something on almost every single day. We got to Friday and I finally went, no, we're actually doing nothing today, I just want to sleep. So it's been lovely. So on Monday we ended up visiting with some friends at a nearby park. They've actually just done it up. I hadn't realized. That was really exciting. They've done a beautiful job. My eldest came off his scooter and sliced his foot open, because that has been the theme of this summer apparently. As you all know, he's had multiple injuries, and he decided to slice his foot open. So luckily I keep a first aid kit in the car, and we were able to kind of take care of him. This is my hubby giving him a piggyback. Let me get that in frame. Back to the car. Thankfully it was sort of at the end, so we could just go home and relax, and it wasn't too much pressure. What else? I've been reading. So my goal for 2021 was to read 100 books, and I was cutting it a little bit close. So this week, in between all of those spontaneous social gatherings, I also was madly reading to try and catch up. So I read a book on Monday as well. On Tuesday we drove up to see one of my old school friends in at this massive play area, and outdoor entertaining area, and they seem to have an outdoor amphitheater as well, which looks like it's closed at the moment. I don't know if that's because it was technically a public holiday or if it's COVID related, but the whole area was amazing. And yeah, so we went up and had, I don't know, some snacks at the park, and the kids played. It was so lovely. And I read another book. Wednesday was one of my nephew's birthdays, and we ended up going to a ninja park with some friends. It ended up being incredibly hot. It was one of those days where it was deceptively overcast, and so I actually had told the boys to bring jumpers with them. We didn't need the jumpers. We needed the sun cream and the hats, and we all ended up with a little bit of colour that day. So I read another book. Thursday, spontaneously, we had some of the cousins come over. This is my Labrador. My brother-in-law was just mucking around and putting his glasses on. I think it's really cute. I don't know, hopefully you can see that. But yeah, we just spent time with them. It was really lovely. Barbecue for dinner. Oh, I dyed my hair. It's the color. I could not get the color right on the photo. It is purple ombre though. It is very bright, and I use it for, I use this color for like peekaboo style purple underneath, so you usually can't see it. And that way I can sort of get away with it at work. But it's holidays, so I kind of decided I would go all out. And I know this one, it stays vibrant for a good week or two. And then it does tend to fade into just a really nice sort of toned lavender lilac kind of color. Or it just tones out my brassiness a little bit. So either way, win-win. Friday, like I said, was a rest. It was really hot. We just sort of hung out, and we ended up getting some takeaway, and I managed to finish my books. I got to 100. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of myself. It was a push this year. So this was also New Year's Eve. As you know, we have a Labrador. She's a rescue Labrador, and she does not cope at all with fireworks. And so we, ever since we have had her, always have a really late night on New Year's Eve, just because people are letting off crackers. We live sort of out towards larger properties and some farmland, and so people just let off crackers at all times. I swear nobody has a clock. You know, if it was just like at 12, we could probably deal with that. But they let them off well into sort of 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And so she just did not sleep. I think my Fitbit registered I had about 2 hours and 20 minutes or something of sleep that night. Exhausted. Poor little, she gets so stressed. But yeah, we had decided that regardless, we knew we were not going to get much sleep. Regardless, we were going to get up and go to the beach and watch the sunrise. So we popped the boys in the car at like 5:30 and then drove out, and hubby made me a coffee on the way, which is really awesome. And then we went and had breakfast at one of the kiosks just nearby. So yeah, it was really lovely, and the water was incredibly warm. There was actually a temperature difference from when we stepped off the cooler sand, the dry sand, into the wet sand, and it was warm. It was amazing. And then we just sort of chilled out for the rest of the day because hubby and I were wrecked. Today we had church online, and I have a bunch of things to do, and I have not done any of it yet. Instead, I decided I was going to sort all my craft stuff. So I've done that, and I'm feeling very on top of things. So that's really fun. I'm imagining that if you are this far through my video that you probably relate to that. So yeah, that was what I've done so far, and it is just 3 o'clock now on Sunday afternoon. So I do have time to get some of these things done. Plus I'm still on holidays, so I can be a little bit more relaxed about the housework side of things. So yeah, that is the week that has been. Technically week 52 of 2021, even though Saturday and Sunday is in the new year. I hope that you all had an amazing New Year's Eve. I'd love to know what you guys get up to. I sort of feel like I have to live vicariously through the rest of the world, since my Labrador doesn't really allow me to do anything else. So yeah, tell me what you guys got up to, especially if you've got kids, because we've had the Labrador for a lot of the time that we've had the children. I don't really know what people do with their kids for New Year's. Do you guys let them stay up? What's the deal there? All right. well, I'm going to go ahead and pop on some background music and speed it up while I fiddle with stickers, because it always just takes me a little bit longer. And I'll come back at the end and let you know how it went. All right. Okay, like as you can see, there isn't too much on the agenda for the week. We do have some family photos planned on Tuesday. That's with my extended family. That is the reschedule from a few weeks ago when our photographer had a fall. So hopefully that goes ahead. There is predicted rain, but I'm kind of hoping that it will come afterwards. Fingers crossed on that one. Got some birthdays. There's a friend and a nephew and a cousin. I've got a book dropping on the Thursday. I've got a phone call from a photographer for family photos. It's a photo shoot just for my husband and I and our 2 kids. We actually won that in a competition, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to be speaking with the photographer then to sort of plan out what we need to do for the photo shoot that's happening next Thursday. My biggest thing this week is I'm actually having a girls' night. This is my Bible study girls who I meet with weekly, and we are going to be having like a dinner together at one of our homes and staying overnight, and we'll probably go for a walk by the beach in the morning, and then there's something planned during the day. I can't remember what it is. I'm basically in my mind just going and hanging out and just going with the flow. Whatever happens. I'm only planning a couple of meals ahead at the moment just because it's holidays, and I've got more time to sort of go with whatever we feel like eating on the day. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I really love this kit. I was kind of, one of my favorite points was actually this, like the little sort of light circle in that section. I was trying really hard not to cover it up. Yeah, super pretty, super simple. Lots of really pretty stickers left. I haven't used these yet, mostly because, as you guys know, I plan at the end of each day, and so I like to have some options to kind of decorate, so it should look very different by the end compared to what it does now. But yeah, that is the first full week of January. I haven't done like the review pages as yet. Just my days ended up busier than I expected, but I have gone ahead and planned out January, so I've got an idea of what's happening. I just really needed to have that straight in my head. There's a few things that are sort of penciled in because the dates might be changing. When you're trying to gather large groups of people, not large, when you're trying to gather groups of any size really of people, it can be a little bit of a challenge. But yeah, that's I used some, actually it was a Sarah Beth Plans rose gold that I used for the month for that one, and then some washi that I got from Penguin Plans. She sends out samples, and I think I've told you guys about this before. I've got a few. Let me see where there's a few samples. I've added some of my own on there as well, but yeah, those these ones, which was super cute. Yeah, so it's my January. There's a bit to do in there as well, just in terms of preparing for school to go back. One thing you might notice, I don't actually like having one of my days split, so I've moved it up here. So this is the 31st of January here. I just like to have the full box. I tend to find that there just isn't enough space, especially when I'm using these sorts of stickers. Although even if it was down here, that would be it. There's no space for anything else apart from those 2 things. So that I imagine will get covered up as time goes on. So yeah, I have planned out January as well. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you next week with another plan with me. So have a great week.